What's going on, my beautiful governors? Welcome to a new Rise of Kingdoms video. Today we have a tier list, but it's not like S tier, A tier, B tier. As you can see on the table, we have great investments, high spenders only, invest if only it's your main troop type, only pre-season of conquest, and avoid investing. So it's more like when you should invest or in what situation you should invest into a legendary commander in Rise of Kingdoms. Without further ado, let's go. By the way, while I'm ranking commanders, I will explain my reasonings, and some commanders may actually be in two different rows. A commander could be in only pre-season of conquest row, but while I'm explaining that commander, he also may be included into invest if it's your main troop type only. So some commanders may fall into two categories, and my advice is pay attention to my reasonings, and if you disagree about any of these commanders, their categories, their rows, let me know why in the comment section. Now let's start with FL Flat. She is basically a free commander. You don't actually invest sculptures on FL Flat, so maybe she shouldn't be on this tier list, but she goes to great investment because she's completely free. And by the way, if you're a beginner, it may seem like, oh my god, like, I'm going to max out this FL Flat. Everybody says that, oh, it's so easy, she is free to max. Trust me, it will add up and you are going to do that. You are going to max out FL Flat. She is still a really good secondary to many commanders such as Pre-Season of Conquest, Richard FL Flat or Saladin FL Flat. You can still use her in Season of Conquest with many different commanders. So yeah, she is a great investment. Nevsky, obviously a great investment. The best cavalry commander in Rise of Kingdoms. And if you have the sculptures, if you have a primary or secondary for Nevsky, you can easily invest on this guy. We already talked about Alexander in another video, card up in the top, a dedicated video for Alexander, and my recommendation on that video was only pre-season of conquest. But here's the thing that I was talking about at the start of the video. Some commanders may fall into two categories. If your main troop type is infantry, you can still invest on Alexander the Great even after Season of Conquest, because again, just like FL Flat, he pairs very well with many infantry commanders, top tier infantry commanders actually, such as Guanyu. Alexander is a great secondary to Guanyu, or he's a good primary to, or a secondary to Harold. He goes super well with CJ. He is the best commander to pair with CJ. If you have CJ for some reason, I don't know why would you have it before all the other top tier commanders. So Alexander goes into either this category or this category. Amanitor, invest if only your main troop type. It's a really good archer commander and it is the best pair for Artemisia, Amanitor Artemisia or Artemisia Amanitor. A really good open field march. Also, it's a really good garrison march, or you can even defend your city with that march. So yeah, they are super versatile together, but obviously it's not for you if your main troop type is not archer, and of course Artemisia falls into the same category. Atila, this is going to be controversial. I think we will just fill the comment section with Atila. I think he's still a great investment. He goes super well with Nevsky. Atila Nevsky, a great rally, a great open field march, gets a lot of good traits and deals a lot of damage. He is still one of the best commanders if your main target is getting kills in the open field. I know it's selfish, but some people likes to be selfish. In my opinion, Atila is still a really good investment. Bertrand, I will say high spenders only. Boudica, I haven't played with Boudica by myself, but people who maxed her swears by her and says she is the best primary for YSG. And speaking of YSG, let's talk about YSG first. We don't have to go with this order, exact order. So when it comes to YSG, only pre-season of conquest. This might surprise you, but I would say only pre-season of conquest. Or again, if archers is your main troop type, of course you are going to invest on YSG even after season of conquest. But if not, I would say only pre-season of conquest, because he just deals skill damage, right? In today's Rise of Kingdoms game, a lot of commanders, a lot of different things. And that's why I think dealing only AoE skill damage, even though I know it's circular and that's why it is unique, but only dealing raw skill damage is just not good enough. So that's why he falls into only pre-season of conquest category. Double C, gold key commander, avoid investing, gold key gathering. We will just gonna get rid of the gold keys real quick. I think we are done with the gold key commanders, huh? And we also added Hannibal Barca, who comes from VIP. Obviously, it's not for free-to-play or low spenders or even for mid spenders. Lubu, it was limited. He's not a great commander, so if you have Lubu and you plan to invest on him for some reason, don't. He doesn't worth it. Chandra, I would say it's for high spenders only, and if it's your main troop type. So if your main troop type is cavalry, before Chandra, you have a lot of options, such as Nevsky, XY, Atila, Takeda, William, Saladin, and once you are done with all of them, then you can move to Chandragupta, and that's why I would say it's for high spenders only, because it's a bit unlikely that you will have every other commander max. So that's why he falls into this category. Charlemagne, I don't even know why this guys exist. So for CJ, again, he just deals good amount of skill damage. He doesn't offer a lot of tankiness or utility. His only great pair is Alexander. So I wouldn't say invest if it's only your main troop type. I wouldn't even suggest this guy for infantry mains who are free to play or low spenders. I think it's kind of same with Chandragupta. Once you're done with your Guanyu, your CPO, I don't know, Harold, maybe Pakal, all those commanders, then maybe you can move on to CJ. But that's why I would say high spenders only. You need to invest on many different commanders before you can start investing on CJ. Constantine, great investment. But let me explain you why. He is the best Sunset Canyon commander even at 5511. Once you get that 5511 Constantine, your Sunset Canyon or Lost Canyon results changes drastically. So I think it is a great investment. It's a great low investment. So 5511 Constantine, I think still amazing. He's still a beast in Canyon. I think 5511 Constantine is still amazing. Cyrus, invest if only it's your main troop type, because Cyrus is a universal archer commander. You can pair him with Nebu, you can pair him with YSG. Obviously his best pair is Ramses. So yeah, if your main troop type is archers, you can definitely consider investing on Cyrus the Great. Edward, definitely avoid investing. He is unfortunately irrelevant in Season of Conquest. Nobody uses Edward. And oh, we have a gold key commander. I'll say goodbye. Flavius, high spenders only. I mean, you guys already know the drill. Commanders who are only superb in rallies or garrisons are only for high spenders. You could have those commanders maxed out and you could have legendary gear, but it doesn't matter. High spenders will always have an advantage. They will also have max commanders. They will have that legendary gear with a lot of special talents. They will have high VIP, which means more damage. And especially if we are talking about Season of Conquest, with the technology, they're just gonna max out their technology and deal ton of damage and get ton of stats. So yeah, garrison commanders, rally commanders are for high spenders only. Genghis Khan, same story with Edward. Fortunately, again, irrelevant in Season of Conquest. He falls into two categories in my opinion. Invest if it's your main troop type, or high spenders only. You have other commander priorities when it comes to archers for open field. So yeah, I think he falls into the same category with Chandra, CJ and Gilgamesh. Yes, he's a good commander. I'm not saying that he's a bad commander, but I think you have better options even if your main troop type is archers. Guanyu, still a great investment. You can use this guy as 5111. I'm not kidding. That silence, that AoE damage is really good. The only problem with Guanyu is when people see Guanyu on the field, they're just gonna target you right away. So you need to micromanage your Guanyu march. First world problems. So yeah, it's just a minor con. Still a great investment. Harold, I would say invest if only it's your main troop type. So if you're a cavalry player or archer player, obviously you don't want to invest on Harold. But if you're an infantry player, even if you're a free to play, even if you're a low spender, I definitely recommend having Harold. Arthur, again, high spenders only. Honda Tadakatsu. Now, he is also goes into the high spenders only category, but for a different reason. Commanders like Honda and Trajan are the commanders that you are going to use as your fifth march. So to be able to use that perfect support march, the perfect fifth march, first you need 4 perfect marches. So that's why even though Honda and Trajan both are amazing commanders, since they are support commanders, they are not going to benefit you a lot if you're fighting with 2 marches, 3 marches on the field, which is usually the case for free-to-plays or low spenders sometimes even for mid-spenders. And unless you have 4 or 5 marches on the field, you are not gonna benefit from these support commanders. And that's why they go into high spenders only category. Jadwiga, obviously a garrison commander. Now, Pakal, again, goes into either this one or to this one. We talked about Pakal and Herald pair on a separate video, on a dedicated video where we compared Atila Nevsky versus Pakal Herald. Caught up in the top if you're interested. I think if you're an infantry main, you can definitely invest on Pakal. He's extremely tanky. Pakal Herald pair is amazing when it comes to getting kills. And if you're an infantry main, why not benefit from that huge counterattack damage, huge tankiness of Pakal Herald? For infantry players, definitely a worthy investment. Leonidas, I would say great investment. Same thing with Konstantin. Amazing 5511 commanders. I think the best 5511 commander in the game is Konstantin. I'm not talking about only infantry commanders, for all commanders. I think the best one is Konstantin, and the second best is Leonidas. Get a 51111 Guanyu and a 5511 Leonidas. You are good to go, and then you can slowly work on your Guanyu and keep your Leonidas at 5511, and that's why I would say Leonidas is a great investment. And by the way guys, if you think any of the information was helpful or useful so far, please hit the like, please hit the subscribe. It helps the channel more than you think. Thank you, and let's keep going with Mehmet. Obviously a gold key commander. You don't want to invest on gold key commanders, because once you max a gold key commander, every single sculpture you're going to get from the gold keys for that commander is going to be wasted. So why would you invest your precious legendary sculptures on gold key commanders? There is no reason. Minamoto is obviously for high spenders. Avoid investing because of the VIP. I was like, wait, didn't we just talk about Pakal? What is he doing here? What's his name? I don't even know his name. Well, I do, but I don't remember. I know he's avoid investing. Oh my god, what's his name? I have to remember. Moctezuma! That's right, Moctezuma. Oh my god. Let's put him next to Charlemagne. Best 2 commanders in Rise of Kingdoms. Mulan, another gold key commander. Nebu is a great commander if you're an archer main, or he is a great investment if you already have a YSG, and if you want to use one archer march only. I think Burika YSG, Burika Nebu, or Nebu YSG. So some combination of these 3 archer commanders is the best single archer march in Rise of Kingdoms in my opinion. So let's say you are a cavalry main, you could have 3 cav marches, 1 infantry and 1 archer. So you can definitely make a pair with these 3 commanders as your main archer march, your 1 archer march only. So yeah, he either goes into great investment category or invest if only your main troop type, but you got the idea. Ramses definitely falls into this category, invest if it's only your main troop type. He's a good commander, but you want to invest only if you're an archer main. Richard, I would say only pre-season of conquest. So some people would say avoid investing, but the thing is, I could even say great investment, because once you get your Richard to 5511, you actually get a lot of value from him. He's gonna help you a lot in the open field for KVK1. He's gonna help you in Sunset Canyon and Lost Canyon. Even in Season of Conquest, including myself, there are people who are still using a 5511 Richard in their Canyon lineup. It's not the best, but he's definitely usable. Also, he enables barb chaining. If you guys don't know what chaining barb is, let me explain you like this. So let's say there's a barbarian and there is another barbarian. So you bring your, let's say, Richard YSG in here, you attack this guy, and when YSG casts his AoE skill, the AoE skill also hits the barb in the back, and barb start attacking you, and you also kill that barb, but you didn't spend any action points. What you did is, you got the aggression with the AoE, so barbs attack you rather than you attacking barbs and costing AP. So with 0 AP cost, you can chain a lot of barbs in your home kingdom or in the KVK map, and Richard's healing lets you keep chaining barbs all day long without needing to come back to your city. Oh my god. My wife is going to kill me. Saladin, I would say he is still a great investment. He goes well with pretty much almost any cavalry commander rather than maybe Atila. He goes well with XY, he goes well with Nevsky, he goes perfect with William. Also, Saladin is the best 5-5-5-1 commander in Rise of Kingdoms, so another low investment commander who offers you a lot of value. So you might think that he falls into only Pre-Season of Conquest category. Yes, obviously, in Pre-Season of Conquest, definitely 100% invest on him. But if not, even in Season of Conquest, I think Saladin is still amazing. CPO, I think a great investment. I maxed this guy and like it's so fun to play. He deals a lot of damage. Skills are amazing. I really like playing with this guy, so I would say great investment. Suleiman, high spenders, nah. Just avoid investing. Nah, you're not going to use this guy. For high spenders, it doesn't matter. They can just pretty much max out any commander, but still, it's going to hinder your process, your progression, even if you are a super high spender whale. So I would just say avoid investing. He doesn't do anything. Takeda, now it's a weird one. So if you're going to pair your Nevsky with another cavalry commander, and if you have an Atila, you definitely want to invest on Takeda. But Takeda is a weird one because it either falls into invest if it's your main troop type, or avoid investing. If you're not going to use Atila and Takeda, just avoid investing because the only good pair of Takeda is Atila and Takeda. You can pair Takeda with Saladin. Saladin Takeda is a good pair, but the problem is they're just tanky. They're not gonna deal a lot of damage. It's like a support mage who is extremely tanky. Takeda applies some debuff, Saladin applies, slow and all that, and they're extremely tanky, but you're not gonna deal any damage back. I mean, you will deal, but just a little bit. So it's not worth using them together. So if you're not gonna use Takeda, definitely avoid investing. For example, right now I'm thinking about investing on Nevsky to pair with my max Atila, but the main drawback is if I do that, my maxed out Takeda will be unusable. So that's why I'm kind of hesitating. I don't know if I'm going to max my Nevsky to pair with Atila. I haven't decided yet, and we will discuss that in a future video. Theodora for high spenders only. This guy I think is a gold key commander. Tomyris, definitely if your main troop type is archer, invest on Tomyris. She is super unique. Her debuff is still amazing. So yeah, I have no idea about these two commanders. I haven't played at ranged KVK. William, great investment. Just like Saladin, 5551 William is amazing. He is probably the best and most flexible player with Nevsky for cavalry. Nevsky primary, William secondary. Might be the best cavalry in March at the moment because the problem with this guy, XY, I would say high spenders only. He is an amazing open field commander, don't get me wrong. I'm not putting him into this category just because he's a rally commander. No, he's also amazing in the open field, but he just dies so quickly. And not just because of he's so squishy or he doesn't have any defensive stats. The aggression you get when you use an XY primary is stupid. You put your XY primary, you are gonna die in seconds. Everybody will target you, so that's why it's for high spenders only. All these three commanders, Wu Zetian, YSS, Zenobia. Wu Zetian I would say avoid investing because she's not worth it anymore. Yeah, this is the final list. This is my investment recommendation tier list for you guys in Rise of Kingdoms in 2022. Hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. A simple like and subscribe will be amazing. And if you guys wonder what is the best value for money equipment pieces in Rise of Kingdoms, you can check this video. I see you on that one. Bye.